Hey there everyone, thanks for tuning in again. So we're doing more Foundation Standard, and today's deck is actually a deck that started to make its presence known over the holidays, and that's the Esper Bounce deck. This deck's a pretty wild deck and pretty slippery for your opponents to deal with, quite a headache for them, and it's pretty fun for us to play. Kind of reminds me of the Orzhov Blink deck, but now that it has blue in it, and it's actually made it even more effective. And the idea behind the deck is just to be able to cast a lot of enchantments, enchantment creatures, or other spells that let you return permanents you control to your hand or to your opponent's hand. Cards like Nurturing Pixie, Optimistic Scavenger, which takes advantage of enchantments entering the battlefield, letting you put +1/+1 encounters on creatures. Fear's Isolation, which makes you return a permanent. You have Entity Tracker, which has Eerie, lets you draw a card whenever an enchantment enters. We do have 2 copies of Kaito, which is pretty nice, using the ninjutsu ability on things, being able to return certain creatures to your hand, bringing him into play to deal damage. We do have a copy of the Tithing Blade, which is a nice permanent to be able to continuously return to your hand and forcing your opponent to sacrifice a creature. And then we get into the meat of the deck, the enchantments, and we have 4 copies of Stormchaser's Talent. When it enters, you can create a red and blue otter with prowess, but the key class for it is level 2, and when you level it up to level 2, you can return a instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Take note on that, and I'll cover that in a second. We do have Hopeless Nightmare, which makes your opponent discard a card and lose 2 life. Sheltered by Ghosts, Nowhere to Run, which takes out your opponent's hexproof and ward triggers, and also it's good removal because it's a flash enchantment. And 1 copy of the Defiled Crypt lets you bring a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And also the that's for the Cadaver Lab, and then for the Defiled Crypt, you get a 2/2 black horror enchantment creature token whenever a card leaves your graveyard. But then we get into the instants and sorceries. We have 1 copy of Go for the Throat you can bring back from your graveyard using the Stormchaser's Talent. But the really big card is This Town Ain't Big Enough. If you target one of your own permanents to cast this spell, it's reduced by 3, which is really effective, making it essentially a 2-mana spell. But with Stormchaser's Talent, once you level up to level 2, it lets you return an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. So you're able to cast This Town Ain't Big Enough, which you can bounce back your Stormchaser's Talent and one of your opponent's permanents, and then you can recast Stormchaser's Talent, and eventually, if you have enough money, level up to level 2, bring back This Town Ain't Big Enough, and you can continuously repeat this process. The more mana you have on the battlefield, at 6 or more, the more oftentimes you can continuously go through this loop. So it's a pretty wild deck, and it's pretty annoying for your opponents, and it gives you just a lot of value for cheap mana and being able to maneuver your way for the win. Of course, it's got quite a few different land types to make sure you get all your colors, with the Underground River, Darkslick Shores, Concealed Courtyard, Caves of Colas, Seachrome Coast, and Adakar Waste, and just 1 Plains, just in case you have to search your library for a basic land. But so that's the deck. It's pretty wild. It's been doing really well in the tournaments, and so I figured we'd try it out and give it a shot on the ladder and see how we do with it. So let's go see how we do and get some wins here. Alrighty, so we are on the draw. Yeah, this is a playable hand. Go ahead and keep it. Okay, interesting move. Okay, 2 cards for 2 tokens. Well, we'll see if that works out for him. Could be a good move, could be a bad move. We'll see. Unless we're playing against a control deck, then it would make sense. I'm going to go ahead and pass. Alrighty. Go ahead and cast the Pixie. Bounce back a Stormchaser talent. Let's go ahead and cast it. Pass the turn. We can get the Pixie through. Next turn we'll cast Kaito using Ninjutsu. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and take that out with the nowhere to run. Alright.
This is where things out of the shadows and into
We'll go ahead and cast the Hopeless Nightmare. Guess I probably could have done that earlier, but
I've trained with the best.
all right. Good. Plus that.
I thrive in the dark.
Oh, auto tapper got us. That's okay. I wanted to return the Hopeless Nightmare back, but we'll just go get a Stormchaser's talent and recast that. Okay. Yeah, we'll take that. Okay, so we are on the play. Yeah, it's pretty good. Get an early 1-drop. Ways to return stuff to our hand. Let's go ahead and keep it. I think I'm gonna cast. Yeah, we'll cast Stormchaser's talent. That's pretty good. Good thing we'll use the Tithing Blade next. No blocks. So let's see here. I think we'll cast the Stormchaser's talent, then do the Tithing Blade. That'll bring back Pixie, bounce the talent back to our hand. Nice. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and attack here. Interesting. Thought they would block. Could have cast that. Oh well. We'll go ahead and pass. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do nowhere to run. Yeah. Figured we still had enough to kill him, so that's pretty good. Pretty aggressive on our part this game. Okay. Oh. Pretty good hand here. Go ahead and keep this. Go ahead and do the... Yeah, we'll do the Optimistic Scavenger first. Then we'll chain that into the Stormchaser's Talent and Hopeless Nightmare. Ah, okay. Well, they're going to take one of those cards. Probably this town ain't big enough, I would guess. Oh, took that. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Alright. Well. Go ahead and attack here. Then we'll do a scavenger. Pretty good 4-drop. Yeah, we're going to have to draw there. There you go. Okay, so let's go ahead. Please nowhere to run. There, Deep Cavern Bat. And put counter on there. And we'll get this town ain't big enough, and go ahead and use it on there. Go ahead, swing for a lot. Ooh, Kaito. I think we might be able to end it here. Let's see. Yeah, we got lethal. Nice. Good way to dodge their Shieldred. Okay, so we're on the play. His hand is barely playable. Huh. Keep it? Be greedy? Or do we keep going and do a mulligan? I think we keep it. I think we take a chance. Alright. Recast that. Make him discard some more stuff. Okay, so we're playing a Golgari. Looks like. There's our third land. Okay. We'll get a chance to do some ninjutsu stuff, so let's go ahead and attack with the fairy. Kaito.
I've trained for situations out of the shadows and into the fray.
Kaito's probably going to die anyway, so
Aha. Now I know your weakness.
I'm going to keep that. Yeah, I had a feeling they were going to go after him.
Ah, fine. I'll make a new plan.
Sure. And I'm gonna go ahead and pass. We'll use the nowhere to run. The next turn we'll cast the Hopeless Nightmare. Alright. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pass. Do the entity tracker. Okay. Yeah. Oops. Okay, well, we'll take that. Yeah, we kind of exhausted the resources there, so. Okay, so we're on the play. Oh, that's a pretty good opening hand, too. Yeah, we'll keep this. The Simic deck. This Blood Caller, or is this a Simic Terror? We'll find out. Like this is the Simic Terror deck. That could be a problem. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and attack here. Okay, we need a little bit of action here, so I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice the Hopeless Nightmare. Yeah, I'll keep those. Alright, so we'll go ahead and cast the Nowhere to Run. Give our guys some counters. And then we'll cast Fear of Isolation. Turn that to our hand. Sweet. Nice. Wasn't sure if we'd get that one. Okay, so that's the Esper Bounce deck that's been tearing up standard as of late. This deck definitely did really well. I mean, we went 5-0. I really liked the fact that it can win in multiple different ways. We were able to continuously bounce stuff back to our hand and reuse a lot of the stuff that we had. I think it was in that fourth game where you're just able to kind of just out-attrition our opponents to the point where they had no resources left against that Golgari deck, and they just ended up conceding. And then in the last game, I was glad we were able to put enough aggression and pressure on our opponents to where they conceded. That Simic Terror deck I've seen actually go off in just one turn, so it's a good thing we were able to put enough pressure on him to get him to concede, because if we let that thing stick around for a bit, it would have taken over the game. But yeah, it's a really fun deck to play, really cheap, efficient spells, and just a lot of ways to navigate your way to victory. Probably the thing I like the most about the fact is that you can bounce back the Stormchaser's talent and create that continuous loop between this and this town ain't big enough, and just to get a bunch of our other stuff back as well, and really causing a problem for our opponents as far as keeping them off balance by returning one of their permanents back to their hands. So really fun deck to play if you like the blink slash bounce style deck. This might be a deck that you might enjoy there. So I'll make sure to leave a link to the deck list in the video description if you want to check it out, try it out for yourself, and get in on some of the winning action for it. So, but I think that'll do it for me today. Thanks for tuning in and watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, everybody, you all take care, and we'll see you again soon.